Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 6th of April 2018 and we're going to reflect on John 21, 1 to 14. Listen. After these things, Jesus showed himself again to the disciples by the Sea of Tiberias, and he showed himself in this way. Gathered there together were Simon Peter, Thomas called the twin, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and two others of his disciples. Simon Peter said to them, I am going fishing. They said to him, We will go with you. They went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. Just after daybreak, Jesus stood on the beach, but the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to them, Children, you have no fish, have you? They answered him, No. He said to them, Cast the net to the right side of the boat, and you will find some. So they cast it, and now they were not able to haul it in because there were so many fish. That disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, It is the Lord. When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on some clothes, for he was naked, and jumped into the sea. But the other disciples came in the boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from the land, only about 100 yards off. When they had gone ashore, they saw a charcoal fire there with fish on it and bread. Jesus said to them, Bring some of the fish that you have just caught. So Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net ashore, full of large fish, 153 of them, and though there were so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, Come and have breakfast. Now none of the disciples dared to ask him, Who are you? Because they knew it was the Lord. Jesus came and took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the third time that Jesus appeared to the disciples after he was raised from the dead. The Gospel of the Lord. Peter, as you undoubtedly know, was a fisherman. One day, about 3 years ago, he had gone fishing and hadn't caught anything. When he came back on shore, Jesus asked him if he could use his boat as a preaching platform. And after Jesus had finished speaking, he told Peter to go fishing again. This time, Peter caught so many fish the nets began to break. Then Jesus asked Peter to follow him, and Peter immediately left his miraculous catch of fish to follow Jesus. After spending about 3 years with Jesus, listening to some very amazing things and seeing even more amazing things, Peter thought he was onto something great. But then Jesus was arrested, he was scourged, he was crucified and buried, and it seemed like everything was over. So what does Peter do? He goes back fishing, and in this story, again, he catches nothing. Now this could be because he was a bad fisherman, but more likely it was because he had another lesson to learn. As he's returning to shore with 6 other of the apostles, all of whom seem to have given up, they see a figure on shore. And the figure asks them, So how many fish did you catch? Now there's nothing worse you can ask a fisherman than how many fish he has caught when the answer is 0. But when they answer, the man tells them to throw their nets in again. I can't help wondering what went through Peter's mind at that moment. Did he remember another time, about 3 years ago, when he had caught nothing? A man had told him to throw his nets into the water again. And when he did, he caught more fish than he ever had in his life. Could it be possible that this was going to happen again? Could it be possible that the age of miracles was back? He gets so many things in his mind, and he throws his nets in, and yes, his nets come back full one more time. Sometimes we are like Peter. We get disillusioned by life. We lose our faith in God, and we return to the world. But the world is no longer what it seemed to be. It is no longer satisfying like it once was. We keep throwing our nets and keep coming up empty. How many of you are like that now? Feeling low, feeling sad, feeling hopeless. Will you listen to Jesus today, because what he is saying to you is to throw your nets again. I ask you, brothers and sisters, try one more time today in faith and see what happens. God bless you.